global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello beautiful people, welcome back to our channel. Some few days ago, Kenneth Okonkwo, in an interview of 25 minutes, in 21 minutes, Kenneth Okonkwo literally cooked Peter Obi over so many issues, insisting that Peter Obi betrayed him and not the other way around. And for the remaining 4 minutes, he went all out against Onanuga, the Akwa Ibom State governor, of which his commissioner for information had also responded adequately. But that's not where we are heading. Peter Obi, via his media presence and obedient movement, have decided to respond to Kenneth Okonkwo. The cooking just began. Let's dive into the news proper to find out what they are all saying, because it's not just one person, 2 or 3 other persons have responded. And also, in another development in the same matter, Onanuga has nothing but praises for Peter Obi after meeting Peter Obi one-on-one. And to think that Kenneth Okonkwo is cooking the Peter Obi that Onanuga is praising is amazing. Let's find out. And let's dive into the news proper. But before we go to the news proper, kindly subscribe to our channel. Now, according to the news, Dr. Moses Paul, one of the aides of the former governor of Anambra State and Labour Party LP candidate in 2023 presidential election, Peter Gregory Obi, has reacted to what Kenneth Okonkwo said about Obi. Now, in his statement, he said, in his statements a few hours ago, he said this is coming after the lawyer stated that the former governor of Anambra State betrayed him when he was in Labour Party. In the post Dr. Moses Paul shared on his social media handle, he said Peter Obi didn't betray Kenneth Okonkwo. He said Kenneth Okonkwo has never won any election. Moses Paul said Okonkwo didn't even go far in his acting career. Moses Paul stated that it is time for the former Labour Party LP chieftain to stop tarnishing Peter Obi's image. Let me read it word for word. It says, first and foremost, let us be very clear. Which interview can the interviewer or barrister Kenneth Okonkwo kindly clarify where Mr. Peter Obi ever used the word betrayed or accused anyone of betrayal? Mr. Peter Obi has never at any point used such a word in reference to anybody. If Barrister Kenneth Okonkwo insists otherwise, let him come out openly and state where, when, and in what context Mr. Peter Obi called him a betrayer. This is simply a fabricated narrative being manufactured to stir emotions and provide a cheap excuse to the camp, just like Chief Segun Showunmi. With due respect, may I ask, has Barrister Kenneth Okonkwo ever contested and won any election? What is his record in public service or governance? Even in his primary profession as an actor, how far did he go? These are valid questions for proper context. Mr. Peter Obi's journey is public and it's also public knowledge. He has built businesses from the ground up, not only nationally, but also internationally. He governed Anambra State with distinction and integrity. Till date, no person, no institution, no bank, and no government or government agency has ever accused him of stealing public funds. His records remain impeccable, verifiable, and globally respected. Now, the honest truth is that the highest public viability or visibility Barrister Kenneth Okonkwo has ever enjoyed in recent years came from his association with Mr. Peter Obi. That is simply the reality. Of course, they did not stop there in cooking Kenneth Okonkwo. Another one came in a different dimension. Quickly. Now, in a recent interview and recent series of posts, one of Obedient's strong supporters, that's Nana Kazaura, addressed the very comment made by actor politician Kenneth Okonkwo regarding former Anambra State governor, who typically refrains from talking or engaging in public dispute, felt compelled to respond due to what he described as Okonkwo's. Kazaure, in a series of posts, decided to respond, drawing the attention of many. He said Kazaure began by posting a series of rhetorical questions aimed at Kenneth Okonkwo's assertions. She said, since when did one's refusal to shed the blood of Nigerians on the streets become betrayal? She queried, further referenced former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan's stance on prioritizing the lives of Nigerians. over political ambition, suggesting that if Okonkwo views Obi's position as treachery, then similar accusations could be leveled against Jonathan, drawing attention to Okonkwo's past association with Obi. Kazora questioned who could truly be labeled as a traitor in this political saga. He said, "I have no doubt whatsoever that every day in public and in private, Mr. Okonkwo is confronted by the overwhelming feelings of the people in his recent direct vituperation." He claimed, hinting at a possible internal conflict within Okonkwo regarding his criticism. Kazara concluded with a light-hearted but pointed reminder for Okonkwo to focus on his own political path, saying, as we say in local parlance, "Kindly please face your front and alele from here." The exchange highlights the ongoing political tension and differing ideology within Nigerian political landscape as figures like Kazora and Kenneth Okonkwo navigate their public personals and affiliations. Of course, while we are still pondering what is going on, why is Kenneth Okonkwo coming strongly against Peter Obi? One would expect that Bayo Onanuga would probably follow the same suit. Well, Bayo Onanuga finally in recent time met with Peter Obi and hear the accolades, hear the praises he showered on Peter Obi, despite the fact that online he says opposite, and that should be something that Kenneth Okonkwo should really look into. But let's read what Bayo Onanuga, the media aide to the president, has got to say personally about Peter Obi. Now, this is what he got to say because they met during a meeting, during a celebration birthday. He said, "Great moments at Uncle Sam Amoka Pemo's 90th birthday celebration in Lagos on Friday night." He said, "Meeting with former governor of Anambra State and Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi was a pleasure. There was no bitterness, just a warm handshake and good vibes. Prince Nduka Obiagbena cracked us up with his signature wheat and butter. In the third photo, I paid my respect to the celebrant, the legendary Uncle Sam Amoka Pamo, seated alongside the Honorable Minister of Information and National Orientation, Alhaji Mohammed Idris. The fourth photo also captured special moments with Prince Obiagbena. He's just filled with praises." And here is Kenneth Okonkwo, literally forming his own political path, cooking Peter Obi. Now, other obedience, who can't take it anymore? And I said, "Come, can we just set this perspective straight? What is that thing, apart from living in bondage, you've acted with due respect to him?" They keep saying with due respect to him, sir, barrister, sir. What is that special thing, apart from living in bondage, that you can say this is what I've achieved in public service? That there's proven track records of Peter Obi. What's your track record that you would cook a man? And Bayo Onanuga here, who has been literally cooking Peter Obi, he has never met Peter Obi in recent times before. But in meeting Peter Obi in recent time, he couldn't help but talk about the good vibes, the positive energy wrapped around Peter Obi. It's really amazing coming from someone like Bayo Onanuga. The irony is really, the contrasting statement is really conspicuous. Here is Kenneth Okonkwo, who has worked closely with Peter Obi, calling him weak, calling him a betrayer, literally labeling him names, all sorts. And Peter Obi had really never responded in any negative energy. Same thing with Onanuga. Onanuga had been dragging Peter Obi front, back, and center on social media. Meeting with Peter Obi had no other option but to come to that same social media and pay accolades, pay respect to Peter Obi, say such good vibes. That's a pointer to the fact that Peter Obi may just be one person that most Nigerian politicians love, but they don't want to acknowledge. But let's just meet in our comment.